So when I was a child, an odd thing always happened to me. It would seem that there was something about me, even growing up as a child, where people felt like they could project their own insufficiencies, insignificant personal cognitive awareness upon me as a child. As I grew older, I saw this pattern increase. And it was not gender specific, it was one side or the other. It was both. And I always found it curious that adults would do that. I was always singled out. Always singled out to be blamed or abused by somebody for something that they themselves had done, were doing, or planned to do, or couldn't handle. The same thing happened with kids. I was always slow to anger and tried to understand even as a child. But once I got angry, I had no problem letting people know that was indeed what I was angry. So how do you think your society dealt with that? Your society dealt with that by saying, by projecting even more of its utter lies, delusion, self-centeredness, lack of personal awareness onto me, even at a systematic level. So I was sent to counselors, and I found that the counselors often did the same damn thing. They were completely unaware of their own personal stuff and what they were doing with it and how it was impacting the people that they were charged with helping. Didn't matter. Secular counselors, religious counselors, you name it. It was a consistent pattern. And when they failed to get the results that they desired, which was me bending a knee to what I knew was actually going on, which was their own lack of awareness, well, they would then try to put me on medication. See, what I'm leading you to is a point of that your entire culture for most of my life has been an absolute lie. You've done the very things that you accuse your enemies of in a much more clever and covert manner. And the reason why I say that is because I've lived it. You have been at war with me and people like me since our births. And because of that, we have tried to tell you, we've tried to warn you, we've tried to work with you, we forgive you, and all you do is more evil. Accuse, slander, and blame even more, because what you are is a lie. What you are is a sham. What you are animated corpses. You see, I understand what you are. I've been taking notes and watching this madness my entire life. That's why I can mind map all of it out. I don't forget. So is it any wonder that you're always in crisis? You create crisis to create more opportunities to control. That is how you work. That is how your society functions. On both sides of the equation. You will do anything but look at yourselves. You will do anything but accept responsibility for your own actions. Is it any wonder your society is filled with dysfunction? It's 10 o'clock in the morning here in Richmond, Virginia. And the chaos has already started. The ambulances, the police cars, the fire trucks. This goes on 24/7. This is urban America. Urban America is aggregated dysfunction. That's what a city is, aggregated dysfunction. It's ever present. I listen, watch your dysfunction every single day. I watch how you live, I watch what you do, and I watch and observe the outcomes of the policies and decisions that your leadership makes on a daily basis. I remember everything. I also remember what it's all connected to and why you do it. You're a desolate land. You talk about high ideals. You talk about things that sound good, but you're actually an echo chamber of the real. And the people that are real and that are genuine among you, you make merchandise out of. You abuse, you accuse, you slander, you plunder. Because both sides of your binary simulacrum are rotting corpses. Now I want you to apply that to your foreign policy. Is it any wonder you have so little credibility? The one thing that you manufacture most is confusion and fear. And that is a great indicator as to how deceived you are as a society and as a people. So what does that say about what you become? A great example of how ungrateful you are is those that reach the pinnacle of success, particularly in sports, and then bend a knee to another country because of their paychecks. They think that's going to get them more money. What? Making $25 million a year playing a fucking game isn't enough money for you? You're a shallow, pathologically corrupt, and sick society. Your cities are giant ghettos. You don't take care of your infrastructure. Your streets are third world like. You don't take care of anything that you have. You take no pride in it. But what you do want is more money. So your governments, even at the state and local levels, turn into giant examples of what DC is. Everybody's sucking on the tit to get as much money as they can from the taxpayers and make as much money as they can gaming the system. And then both sides point out what the other does as a diversion tactic to focus their adherents, their worshipers, at their troughs on either side. That's why I say that you have snakes on both sides. The symbol for your health professions, the caduceus, which really means commerce, exposes you. It's two snakes. And you devour the people. That says a lot. You see, everything that you even use, everything that you do, is now exposing you. Your entire society, the language you use, how you construct sentences, graphically, right down to logos, ad campaigns. All of it exposes you. You see, you're filled with empty promises, platitudes. But it's all mirage. You don't stand up for anything because you're worried too much about your reputations. You don't have courage. I despise cowards. What it takes to be courageous is self-sacrifice. I don't see that in your leadership class very often, in any sector. What I see is selfishness, blindness, pettiness. But you're great at marketing. You're great at marketing something that you're not to convince people that you are. But the whitewash is wearing thin. Just like the ability for you to cover up your whoredom with other nations. You see, when I look at our government, I don't see it any different than any other government. It's just more advanced in its binary pathologies. It's clever. You waste more money on absurd and ridiculous crap to game the system. More than enough money if directed towards helping people and solving our problems. You see, I know that you don't want to solve your problems. You've got too much skin in the game with the status quo. You make too much money. You gain too much from it in power and influence. So, you have no incentive to change your system, to fix what's broken. And all that you do in every political cycle is get up and lie. And nothing changes. Those that do manage to make it through into your system that want to change things for good for everyone, not just one political constituency or another, quickly find out that it's all corrupt and a sham. You know how I know that? They tell me that. I see it myself interacting with you. So when you consider things from that point of view, what does that mean about what you really are? I can tell you what you're not. You're not authentic, and you're not real. What you are is a corrupt whore. You're a devourer. You're liars. And you crucify the middle, not just the middle class, but people that try to stand in the middle that are authentic every single day. You're like a neo-Sanhedrin, with the Sadducees on one side and the Pharisees on the other. So the rest of the world sees that you have no credibility. And so they've become like you, and they're devouring the people which you sell us out to. But in the end, your ambitions and your lust for power and wealth and influence is your trap. And you're in a global one. Because now everybody has the ability to destroy the world and destroy one another. And that's precisely what you're probably going to do. Because of your pride. You see, that's what you fear most. But that is exactly what it is that that's exactly what you're doing in creating the conditions with your pride, avarice, and hubris. I used to sit here every day in my spare time and pick a problem and look at where it sits in the totality of the whole and try to find fair, equitable, just, and actionable solutions to fix it. It's second nature for me. It's second nature for me to help others. But you crucify that desire every single day. You abort what could be by holding it on to the rot of what is. What was an echo. What is an entropy and rot. So in the contextual framework of that within the bureaucracy, what we have to understand is that if we're going to actually do what you want to do, if that's indeed what you want to do, you're going to have to let go of it so it can be done rightly. Otherwise, your enemies are going to eat you alive, the same way that you've been doing it to everybody else.